NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders is back for Season 2 of the hit documentary series, Prime. A show with a title that's a play on his nickname, and it's also a nice tie into it being available to stream on Prime Video. Last season on Prime, the show followed his success as the head coach of Jackson State University and led them to 3 winning seasons. His team crafted a culture of winning at the school, but it was later announced that Sanders would be parting ways with coaching the football program. For anyone who may not know about American college sports, Sanders made headlines this past off-season as he took the coaching position at Colorado State, a program that was in dire need of winning after their 1-11 record and finishing dead last in the Pac-12 division. Sanders being given the job as head coach was a statement made by the school and its front office at football operations that they wanted to win. So of course, episode 1 of season 2 kicks off with the news of all of this unfolding. The secrecy of Sanders' meeting with athletic director Rick George is shown through behind-the-scenes footage. There is always a camera rolling around Deion. Famously in the news and documented for this series, Sanders addresses his team after being hired and says to the current team that he's basically cleaning house. He's bringing his sons with him to play on the team, just like at Jackson State. With this team meeting, many players enter the transfer portal to go to different schools and leave Colorado behind. It was a record for transfers out of the school and even into the school to play for Coach Prime. The rest of the episode is loaded with interviews from other coaches and members of the program who now have the task of rebuilding an awful organization and turning it into the national title contender it once was. We also get to see Sanders' son, Shedeur, behind the scenes. His father is very vocal about him in the press, which has always felt like what a good father does. Let dad talk you up, you go out and do the work and keep your mouth shut. He shields his kids from the excess baggage of the limelight, but then just lets their playing do the talking. Travis Hunter was also a Jackson State transfer who came from Deion Sanders. It will be interesting to see how we see him behind the scenes, as he is bound to be the subject of controversy in future episodes. As the episode draws to a close, we see the coaching staff working hard to rebuild a team. Sanders said when he got to Boulder, Colorado, he felt the spirit of losing. This episode kind of feels like a calm before the storm. But the real standout moment of the episode is when Coach Sanders sits down with legendary 99-year-old CU superfan Peggy Copham. The two share a sweet moment as two football celebrities. The episode review. We forget about the adversity Coach Sanders had to go through with rebuilding a whole team for the 2023 season. People leaving and coming in must have been madness. Through it all, Deion Sanders seems confident, and it never feels like a massive undertaking. But knowing Sanders, if it doesn't work, at least he probably gets a big payday. The first episode shows us the groundwork being laid for an interesting first year at CU. And for anyone who watched Colorado football this year, it sure was an interesting one.